fun part is that little chunks of aluminum don't always play nice.
There we go.
Yep.
The realities of building track, everybody.
Boy, is it.
Can't say it's any better for the real guys.
No, just the parts are bigger. Nice thing about the ties is that they are nicely pre-gauged. Bad thing is my table isn't exactly flat. What I'm going to do is grab a few screws.
It's almost easier than handling model track. Coming from somebody who's on camera laid track.
Yeah.
That was fun. I sadly can't find half my tools. That kind of sucks. Just put that there.
When I built this table, it was nice and flat, but after a year in the weather, it isn't anymore.
You know what? It adds character.
Yes.
And it's pretty much just continue on down the line.
You got it. And what you want to do is have this kind of cross pattern, because otherwise the ties can nicely shift.
Right.
So just like a real railroad.
Every other. And I forget, how much was the track per yard, did you say? Like, finished track, track and ties.
Finished track was running, or is running, prices have increased, of course.
Obviously.
But finished track is running about 50 bucks for every 10 feet.
So doing the math, that's about, what?
Actually, it may be closer to 60 now for every 10 feet. Before it was like 40.
We'll just say it's, that works out to $6 a foot. We'll just say for easy math. Which, considering Flex Track and HO usually runs about $6 a yard over at the hobby shop.
Yep.
That's actually way more affordable than one would think. Now, obviously, when you get into building something the size of your setup, it does add up, and I'm assuming switches and curves and stuff aren't cheap.
Switches were running $6.75 a piece. They're now running $8.50 a piece. So yeah, switches do cost, and I've got 13 of them.
We'll lay that on the screen. That's a lot of money.
Or 14, excuse me, I've got 14 of them.
That's a lot.
We'll have.
Yeah.
And it's far more switches than a home layout of this size would normally have. But that's partially because of the form of the land. In other words, my track doesn't have a single runaround in it. It doesn't have a runaround because there's not enough flat space to put one.
And truthfully speaking, you can use the loop as a runaround.
Not only can you use the loop as a runaround, but if you're running more than one train, you can use the Ys for passing tracks.
That too. Well, I can tell you from experience at the Railroad Museum, the loop doesn't have a passing track. The hole has a passing area, but that's strictly for running
Around,
the steam
yeah.
train around which you've experienced. So, yeah, it's like when we did dueling doodlebugs on day 2 of the rail camp, we literally were pulling the McKean straight out of the station and backing the Edwards into the hole. Then we just used one of the legs, we used the Curry Street side of the Y as a holding area until the McKean passed. Then we pulled out into the loop, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
And it worked. I was like, okay, I need to incorporate that into a train layout, and I'm not being sarcastic.
Yes, and that's how this one ends up with 3 Ys.
Because you got the one in the corner by the propane tank. You have the one over there by the bins, and you got the one over there for the connex.
Yep.
It's really clever when you really look at it. And truthfully speaking, I don't exactly see
And
a whole...
we've got 4 feet of track done, give or take 1 tie that I don't have.
Close enough's good enough. And realistically speaking, I don't see a ton of times where you have multiple people operating on the loop. That's not to say it can't happen.
I'm hoping it happens for my birthday, and I would actually hope it happens, if not tomorrow, maybe Sunday. If someone who's coming up here to also spend the night at John's Flop House brings his locomotive, then we'll have 2 operable locomotives.
I might just have to stick around and see if this happens, because this could actually be really fun.
Yeah.
I like this. Well, that is how you build large-scale track.
Yep.
Now let's go shovel some dirt.
Yes.